Yes guys, welcome back to another F1 beginner to champion video. Of course I am on F1 23, even though we're in 2025. I just hadn't got round to getting the new game yet. I know. It seemed like there were too many glitches upon when it came out and I never really got around to it. Neither did I get F1 24, so we're on 23 around Miami. And of course, if you're unfamiliar with the series, I'm playing on controller and all I have to do is just get better at the game to the point where I can win a championship. Of course, I'm at the bottom, haven't scored any points. You can check back to see the other races, but spoiler alert, the best I got overall was 18th, I believe it was, in Bahrain. Maybe it was 17th, I can't remember. But we did have a couple of DNFs. But the main thing is, you know, I'm not really finishing these races. I keep getting in incidents which really don't help. And Miami is another street circuit. It feels much more open compared to Baku. Baku felt very claustrophobic last time. Next time, guys, we are at least on a proper circuit, not a street circuit. Of course, Miami is around a car park and yeah, in the shape of a crocodile head, which is fair enough. But anyways, we go through that section, which is a pretty terrible section in my opinion. One of the worst in this game is the end of Sector 2, I think that is. Overall, this track though is actually pretty enjoyable. I enjoyed doing these 100 laps around there, and yeah, not too much of a scrappy first lap compared to Baku, where I missed pretty much plenty of braking zones. I'm definitely getting a better feel for the car overall. I feel like, you know, you're not as if I show all my laps, I only show the best out of my sessions, but very little spinning out and keeping the car well under control. See, I go out wide there just to see if I can gain some more momentum coming into that first straight, into turn 1. Not bad, good exit, as I get loads of oversteer, but again, like as I was just saying, my control for catching that, it's much better. I think given like only, you know, at the start of the series, I think I would have spun there, but we're just keeping control quite nicely. That blind left-hander is, you know, it's difficult to hit the apex and brake at the right moment, but very neat. As I open the DRS going into the second DRS zone out of 3, I usually brake before that shadow, and yeah, very neat round here. See, it's not a bad section until you hit here, where it's a very sharp chicane, and I hit the wall there, which is not ideal. It just turns out that the lap that I hit the wall is the best one. Definitely using it to my advantage there on that lap, but yeah, I can't really be doing that in the race. I'd take it for a decent time trial lap for now, and yeah, just make sure in the race that I don't damage my front wing again, because you know, it keeps happening each race since Jeddah, since episode 2, and we're on 6 now, so it's happened in the last few episodes. So yeah, well, later when you see the race, you'll see what happens. But anyway, we're going into session 2, and in this what am I gonna say? Yeah, I can't remember, but into the lap, great first corner, hit the apex really nicely. The main thing out of this corner is a good exit, usually I feel like, because this straight is quite good on speed. Missed the apex there greatly and bottomed the car on that curb. These curbs are very aggressive, poke out quite a bit to the point where the car does bottom out. It's difficult to hit that apex as well, but we did get a pretty good run through there, not too slow. Still in the green on the Delta as we open the DRS, and again, yeah, the thing is with that bridge, you'll see in the race, as a braking zone. It's when the weather changes, you can't use these shadows anymore as a braking zone. But anyway, done that section pretty nicely. When I was first doing this track, I think in the earlier laps, I was definitely going to a much lower gear through there. Later on, I get a bit more comfortable in, you know, gear 3, 4. But yeah, earlier on I was going between 1 and 2. But very neat through that corner. Got to make sure to not hit the wall, invalidate the lap and things. Keep it in line, and that's a 1:30.436. Brilliant. I mean, can we get that below a 1:30 though? It'd be nice. But let's see in this session. The fastest lap here came in the form of lap 21, and a good exit through that first corner. A lot of speed through that straight. Bit wide coming out of that corner, which made us miss the apex and bottom on that corner, which has got us down a couple tenths. Let's see through here. Hit the apex very nicely and avoiding the curbs a little bit too much. And it's very neat though, very neat. We are up a few hundreds from that, so pretty consistent to last time, which I can't remember if the lap set last time was this lap I'm trying to chase, a 1:30.436. But the main thing is, can we get below 1:30? Not the quickest through that corner, but a decent enough exit to make up for it. And we take it very sharply on that apex, which is fantastic. That gains us quite a bit of time, and great exit through there. So yeah, we're kind of bouncing between the hundreds, very competitive. I remember racing, you kind of just feel like I'm racing myself through these time trials, which is great. It's good progress on consistency. And through this penultimate corner, we have gained quite a bit of time. I did make sure I broke a little bit later, just because I really wanted to get that sub 1:30, but haven't quite got it. And we've got one more session to do it. This is just like the warm-up before the race. In breaking the tradition now, I have actually improved on my practice session before I actually do the race. Because yeah, I have some warm-up laps. So these are like the 20 lap warm-up lap. I think I did a 30, 25, 25, 20 split. And it's a neat first corner. And can we get the power down? Great exit. Climbing up the hundredths. Taking it very quickly through there. Kind of going over the white lines, which should have really invalidated the lap. But this corner was taken not the best. I was probably a bit thrown off from the previous section. But let's see. Let's see how much we can improve on. Braking, trying to test the limits on the brakes there. Getting the power down into the next couple of corners. Good rotation actually, which gained us quite a bit of time. Can we keep it neat here? Bouncing over the last curb, keeping it in the white line. Braking quite late into the last corner. Terrible exit. And yeah, maybe that's completely ruined the lap now of any chance. All I have to do on this penultimate corner is try and brake as late as possible, which we have gained. Have we gained? It depends on the exit. We have gained 500, 700s. Not quite. We are 0.036 off to be sub 1:30. You can see overall I'm in the top 40% after that as I go to the qualifying session. Now we're doing quite well in consistency in practice, so let's see if I can, replicate some good pace and show off a bit of consistency, because consistency means that I should have more confidence in doing these, but you know, the car kind of losing the back tyres there on the first corner, but it's kind of neat on the way out. Of course, we're trying to get maybe a sub 132. Obviously, track conditions a bit colder, and you know, it's not like Equal Cars is turned on, so I believe this Haas is a weaker vehicle compared to the time trial cars, but that's okay. I mean, maybe 132 will suit us, but we have to really push it and just stay consistent. And as you can see there, the shadow is kind of gone, so it's difficult to anticipate the braking zone there now, which is not ideal. It's trying to fling the car around here, which was really neat actually. And if we get a really good exit here, which I believe we do, then yeah, we may be onto a good time here. Open up the DRS. Running out of power in the Haas, but we will just about have enough for the end of the lap. Keeping it neat at the end, probably a bit nervous to not absolutely wreck the car now that I've came this far. Keeping it as close as possible, and we are about 6/10 off Albon with a 132.193, which is actually pretty good for my standards. You know, I'm usually about a second off, and you can see I am 3,000th of a second faster than Logan Sargent, which is absolutely fantastic. Mazepin, spelt wrong, has done very good, and we're just on our warm-up lap for another Q1 session. Let's see if I can make the jump out of Q1 into Q2. It's a possibility. We have Hulkenberg right behind us for some reason, which is not ideal for him. As my phone went off there, hopefully you didn't hear that. But anyway, we've just got to get the power on, and we are 4/10 up, 7/10 up, so we have massively improved here. Bit slow out of the corner. I was probably quite surprised to see the Delta spring up. We just got to get the pace on here, and you know, we're like the first cars out of this qualifying train. He's, you know, all the cars here, I believe, are all setting their fastest lap. We keep it neat inside that apex. Let's see how we do on this corner. Very good. If we keep it neat here, oh, we don't. We've just clipped the inside wall, which has made us lose our front wing completely. We have got no front wing right now, but we have got a very long straight, which without a front wing makes us even faster. You can see the delta in the top right. We can actually get a result out of this. We just got to slow the car down enough for this corner. The game just tabbed out there for a second, so that's why the frame skipped or whatever. And we are over the line at 131.922, which is not bad. It's not great though. We should have improved massively, and you can see there, yeah, that's the lack of front wing coming over the line here at Miami. And then I come out the pause menu, and Hulkenberg just bumps into us at the end of his cooldown lap. And this is the problem with these F1 games, is if you're on a cooldown lap, well, you don't want to push your tyres, because you may, you know, because why would you? I mean, you don't want to push it all, you know, degrade all your tyres. Hulkenberg's just racing around, bumped into me. And here you see Tsunoda's sort of trying to stay behind me. I keep on the left, and then he bumps into the back of me. So you see here, I sort of kind of squeeze him a bit, but he's at the end of his lap anyway, and I'm not going fast here, so he's braking for me. And then crashes into the back of me. Maybe I could have left more room for each of those situations. Again, I'm not the best at the game, and I'm terrible around these other cars, but I don't know, that just felt weird. But anyway, it's lights out and away we go in Miami for the race. Let's see how this goes. I mean, I haven't finished the last few races, if you've seen. But trying to let Bottas through, not try and cause any incidents there. And then we got Sargent to the left of us, which put us on a really bad line. And yeah, losing control of the car there. But they're on different strategies anyway. We've got the Yuki Tsunoda here to the left of us. Not a great place to overtake, but I am going kind of slowly through that section. Not a great start or a great run through. It's quite difficult to gain momentum once again once, you know, I've slowed down like that. Maybe I can get better and to improve speed when I'm going slow, but we have Yuki Tsunoda right behind me now. And we're getting loads of oversteer. He didn't hit the back of us or anything, that was just us, but it's fine. I corrected the car, and if anything we have gained more time, so I don't mind that too much. Obviously at the cost of a penalty, just a warning, but that's okay. As we're only sitting 1 second behind Sargent. Of course their cars are, you know, at the back feeling the Constantina effect in the traffic, so they're having to slow down. As we've got Tsunoda to the left of us, I brake really late, which was not good, but it means we're still ahead. But we're not fully ahead, and I squeezed Tsunoda a bit too much into that corner. Yeah, not ideal. I checked back the replay, and even though that was technically my corner, I was not kind of fully past him at all as he tries to crash into me again. He's obviously feeling pretty salty after, you know, I did that to him. But anyway, onwards we go. Yeah, we've got a broken front wing, and we now need to catch up quite a bit. I'm not driving well because I'm looking at the strategy right now, which is just not ideal. This is like bloody if I was on my phone and driving. Because now Yuki Tsunoda just caught up by 3 seconds, which is just absolutely terrible. I should have just left that and not even do anything, because I said to pit here, and yeah, I'm going slowly and Yuki Tsunoda hits the back of us. It's sloppy from me. I definitely need more. Well, yeah, that time it wasn't my fault, but yeah, it's yeah. As you check back here, technically that's not my fault either, as I'm quite far over to the left. I'm just going very slowly, probably because of damage and my colder tyres, as well as just not being quite into the groove of things. But anyway, can I keep up with Yuki, or am I just now a sitting duck for the whole race? I don't know. I don't know how much damage he has, like, anyway. I mean, he could just be completely fine, but I don't really know. As we do sort of keep up with him quite nicely. I mean, I'm not too bad at following cars, it's just when they try to overtake me, I just don't really know where to place my car on the road. You know, I'm so used to doing practice laps around time trial and not have to worry about other cars on the road. So maybe I have to do some practice on some races, who knows. Probably have to do that in my own time, or I can make some videos for this channel, doing some races. But anyway, ducking into the pits now. I want to get my front wing replaced. You know, saved you the boredom of watching the pit stop, so I come out into the pits and I'm 25 seconds behind Tsunoda, which is not ideal at all. Yeah, there's not really much more to say now, because the other cars are nearly a minute ahead. Maybe I'll be ahead of Tsunoda once he does his pit, but if he's only doing a one stop, then I pretty much have no chance of catching it, and I break my front wing again. Yes, the thing that I did on the first practice session for what is my fastest lap, I've replicated it somehow there, which is not ideal. It's kind of miserable. So if anyone who, you know, has stayed around this whole time watching the series, then yeah, give yourselves a pat on the back, because honestly, this is frustrating at this point. I want to kind of just be able to do a race without getting front wing damage. But anyways, we just have to put up with it. I think in every race I've gotten some sort of damage, but on lap 11, got to dive into the pits for a change of tyres, because now we're halfway through. I've pitted on like lap 1, the end of lap 1. Come out of the pits, and yeah, we got these blue flags coming out, because we've got some drivers who are overtaking me from the front of the pack, which is not ideal, because this just slows us down a lot, and you know, gives us dirty air and things. And sometimes with the AI, like especially 80, I think if the AI were faster and I was just as fast as the AI, I wouldn't be getting as many issues as I am. But yeah, George Russell even going way too sharply on the inside, maybe like, kind of like freak out a little bit, thinking that he was going to slam right into me, but you know, it's not like I'm going to quickly switch to the other side of the road once he's near me, because that is very dangerous. Anyway, through the last section, we're not doing too badly, we're just following Piastri here. We've still got the blue flags, which it's not fun, but is what it is. We've got a bit of DRS, which is quite nice. We don't usually get DRS in these races. Maybe that was the first time I've ever opened the DRS in a race in this series so far. Who knows? But anyway, Verstappen is out the race, which is cool. That can be a free position as long as we you know, get this lap done. And yeah, I mean, there's not really much else we can do. We're just kind of waiting for DNFs to happen. Yuki Tsunoda, he's already pitted, but he is miles ahead of me, and yeah, just drifting there, and then we break our front wing again. Yikes. Yeah, okay, it's not ideal, and you know, now we've got more cars trying to pass us, but again, it's, you know, it's the consistency. It's not quite there yet, but that's okay. I mean, in time, I think we will improve. I think we will. You know, I really think we have here, with the time trials, pretty good, qualifying pretty good as well, apart from the incidents. Of course, I'm probably going to have to absolutely race it round once I've done my main lap and on my cooldown lap. But it just is what it is, and yeah, I mean, there's not much else I can say really, apart from this. We have now broken my front wing and taken out Stroll. Oh dear, that's definitely the biggest mistake I've done in this game. Definitely outbrake myself. I haven't got that front wing. Yeah, it's not a good combo. And then I got a speeding in the pit lane warning, which is not ideal. At least there's a safety car out. But yeah, we're just going to dive in, get a new front wing, get some new tyres, and I sort of think to myself, wait a minute, another set of mediums. I felt like I was already on mediums, and then yeah, I've been given old tyres. I forgot to toggle some new tyres, but I'm surprised the game didn't toggle soft anyway. And then I pick up a 5-second penalty for crossing the line, and I thought, hang on a second, how did that happen? And then, to be honest, I quit from there. It was a pretty tragic race, getting overtaken by you know, all them vehicles. I know because of blue flags, but it was quite demoralising, and I don't know. I don't feel like that last penalty was justified. Maybe I don't know the rule books, but my car wasn't fully over the white lines there. But anyway, Pierre Gasly finished first, which is quite interesting. I think that's pretty cool. You know, it's been a little while. It's not every day you see that. And yeah, I mean, next up is Imola. Not a street circuit this time, but you know, if you enjoyed, feel free to hit like, and if you want to follow the series, you know, feel free to subscribe. It's going to be a long one.
Our championship